Hello and welcome back to MassEffect2 Insanity.
Commander, sorry I'm a little unfocused. Personal matter. It won't affect my duties.
Always have time for my crew. What is it?
As I said, it's a personal matter. I don't want to waste our time if it turns out to be a goose chase. But... well, I got pinged by a ghost the other night. Family.
I'm listening.
My private log got an update about the Hugo Gernsback, the ship my father served on. It sent an SOS last week, reporting a crash and requesting a rescue. Shepard, that ship went missing 10 years ago. I hadn't talked to my father for 3 years before that. I've buried everything but a body. I'm not convinced it isn't just some automated distress signal ticking over. It's been too long.
You'd like us to go take a look at the wreck, see if it's legit.
If the coordinates aren't too far out of our way, I could at least verify the wreck. Who knows, maybe there is actually someone out there. I want to also mention that I don't make a habit of looking for random SOS signals. This was passed to my personal log through Cerberus filters.
I think we can spare the time. Pass the coordinates to Joker.
I appreciate that, Commander. I don't expect more than dusty old bones, but it'll be good to close the record.
I got thoughts like little bugs crawling in and out of my head. I can't stop them. You know I have a history with Cerberus. You know how far back it goes?
We've got work to do. Get to the point.
I work for you, and you work for Cerberus. They're in my face all the time. This is gonna make me crazy. Crazier. Your pal, the elusive man? Never seen him before, but Cerberus raised me. First thing I remember is my cell door in a Cerberus base. They did experiments, drugged me, tortured me. Whatever chance I had to be normal, they stole it by trying to turn me into some superbiotic. The doctors, the other kids, every one of them hated me. They let me suffer.
There were other children in the base?
I didn't know much about them. I was kept separate. They hated me just like everyone else there. When I broke out, I had to fight through them all. I showed them, but there's a loose end I need to deal with.
What did they hope to gain by torturing a little girl?
It was something about pain breaking down mental barriers and how it might clear the way for a more biotic power. I'm sure there was a payoff due at some point, but I wasn't gonna see it. I was wired up in a cell.
You loved the power they gave you.
They never gave me a choice.
You're absolutely certain that Cerberus was running the facility?
I was a kid, but I wasn't dumb. I know how to listen. It was Cerberus. Don't care how far down the chain it was. They thought they were so clever. Turns out, mess with someone's head enough and you can turn a scared kid into an all-powerful bitch. Fucking idiots.
Sounds like they've done a serious 180 since those days.
I'm not trying to convince you of something, Shepard. I don't care what they're doing now. I found the coordinates in your files. I want to go to the Telton facility on Pragia where they tortured and drugged me. I want to go to the center of the place, my cell. I want to deploy a big fucking bomb, and I want to watch from orbit when it goes.
Our mission is the priority. If we have time, we'll go there.
Don't wait too long. I need to do this soon. I need it.
Alright, time to get Tali after all of that noise. I'm gonna say something about Tali's mission that's actually pretty surprising. This is one of my favorite missions in the game. I don't believe it's too difficult, but it can trip you over a little bit.
Shepard, our data indicates that Tali is somewhere in these ruins. There is considerable Geth activity and an environmental hazard. Solar output has overwhelmed Hastrom's protective magnetosphere. Exposure to direct sunlight will damage your shields.
So this is one of the few missions where I believe that what they intended to do in this game actually works, which is create missions that are entirely based on powers and make those powers be so overwhelming of a force that you can and have a much easier time bringing them, which is why you're seeing me not have Zaid and Morden with me. This and Tali's loyalty mission are the only missions where you will see those two not be part of my main squad. And quite frankly, if they would have made or balanced more missions around powers like this, or made them at the very least feel relevant to the point that I could justify just bringing them, I would. You can absolutely still run through this mission with Inferno ammo, but it's not as I would say as good or easy than if you have somebody with overload that can do damage to them, can do damage to the shields as well as keep them in place when their shields are down. So I definitely do enjoy and playing this mission a lot, especially because it's actually really well balanced. It has a couple of tricks down its sleeve. It's not like super straightforward. Some sections are actually trippy, and it feels like this is the best mission for the game. Like, if you wanna say, yeah, look, the system that this game was trying to push actually works, you point at this mission because it works so well. And it's unfortunately the only example of this kind, and I really would have liked more missions to be like this. The problem with the rest of the missions is that you have so many barriers upon barriers, right? So it doesn't feel cost effective. Like in this mission, overload works so well, but in other missions you have a blue barrier, you have a yellow barrier, you have a purple barrier, and it's like, who gives a fuck at one point? It feels like the other missions are overcrowded and this one is not.
Op 1, this is Squad Leader Tali Recruitment. Come in, over.
This is Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I'm afraid I don't see any Quarian survivors here.
Damn. Wait. Shepard? Inspector Tali worked with? Oh, don't know why you're here, but right now any organic is a welcome sight. Patch your radio into channel 617 Theta. We were on a stealth mission, high risk. We found what we were after. The Geth found us. They've got us pinned down. Can't get to our ship. Can't transmit data through the solar radiation.
Any idea where the Geth came from?
One of their patrol ships found us. Dropships started raining Geth down on our heads before we could get off world. Systems under Geth control. We knew they made planetary sweeps periodically. We hoped going low emissions would hide us.
What's your current position?
We're bunkered down at base camp across the valley. I left Tali'Zorah at a secure shelter, then doubled back to hold the choke point. Getting Tali out safely is our top priority. If you can extract her, we'll keep him off you.
You got confirmation that the Geth haven't reached Tali yet?
Affirmative. Left my best men with her. When you get here, you can talk to her on the comm. Every Marine on this rock is sworn to protect Tali'Zorah. As long as one of us is still drawing air, she'll be safe.
Hold position. We'll hit their back ranks.
Wait! Watch your ass! We got a dropship coming in! Crap! Doorway's blocked. Grab the demo charges in the buildings nearby. Use them to clear a path.
Alright, so most of the you will see me maneuver my squads a lot because in this mission, because I personally do think that the AI in Mass Effect 2 is even worse than the AI in Mass Effect 1. The squad mates are absolutely pathetic. There is no excuse. They get themselves killed so often, which is the reason why I try to maneuver them. Like, I am basically a control freak when it comes to this mission. I feel like this is the way they wanted the rest of the game to play, and if they would have actually balanced the enemies and allowed the rest of the game to be this good, I think that I would have, okay, let's not dunk on the rest of the game too much just because this mission is as good as it is. It feels really good when the game mechanics work and you're actually rewarded for sticking to the game mechanics. It feels really good, but for the rest of the missions it's just trash. And the reason why I constantly maneuver my people is because the abilities are really useful. They actually are. So I have an incentive to keep them alive, unlike with most missions. And again, their AI is kind of dumb. I really wish that they would, like, I've seen them die so bad. And here, this is the first tricky one. You want to maneuver them outside of the range because these guys will immediately land on you, and the big guy is actually the biggest problem. This guy has so many barriers. Fortunately, it's not to the point where it feels like he's unfair to this mission, and there's like, I believe, 3 or 4 of him, which is why this mission doesn't feel bogged down by too many shields. Like, you saw how many shields that guy had, but he feels like a boss, so it doesn't feel overwhelming when it's only a couple of enemies instead of it being all of them all the time. So I don't know, I just like this mission a lot. There's not much else in the way of what I do different for this mission. I mostly keep you have to keep 2 shadow spaces, which is again another mechanic that I like. I would like, the praise for this mission is just gonna keep on coming from me, because I actually do like the mechanic that forces you to stick to certain places. It kind of sort of plays to my strengths as well, because I'm a sniper. I prefer taking people out from a distance, so and this really works to my advantage. Goodness. And again, here you have to be prepared because they're gonna assault you immediately with these assholes as soon as you get out, and it feels so good to see these mechanics. I can't even, like, I know I'm gonna be spending the rest of this video talking about how good this mission is because it feels so good to actually see these elements in action, and I'm just so pissed off that the rest of the game just doesn't play like this, but anyway, yeah, preparation is key for this mission. If you know where the enemies are gonna come and where the big guys are and what are the points where you should be sticking out your compatriots so that they don't get one shot by the guys with the rocket launchers upstairs, because they will one shot your guys. They do quite a bit of damage, which is the reason why I got them out of the line of fire, and I'm trying my best to keep them out of the line of fire by keeping them over there and taking the aggro, because I can actually maneuver around way better than they can. And it's just, oh goodness, like, even seeing this gameplay, but trusting me, like, playing this mission is so good. It really is. It's one of my favorite missions in the game, definitely, and it mechanically is just so well. It's like so well thought out. I really wish more of this game was like this. But anyway, we got through most of the parts. We're about to reach Tali, and we're about to start some of the gauntlets of this mission. Not like we didn't have gauntlets up until now.
This might be useful.
These buildings are Quarian. This colony predates the Geth uprising.
Why would the Quarians come here? Whatever they're after.
Our ancestors walked these halls with uncovered heads. The sun must have been normal back then. So much space, walls of stone. It's amazing. I wish my friends could see it. I wish Shepard were here. Tali'Zorah to base camp. Come in, base camp. Hello? Is anyone there?
Tali, it's Shepard.
Shepard? I'm not complaining, but you show up at the strangest times. What are you doing in the middle of Get Space?
I got a mission, remember? It's dangerous, but you don't seem averse to high-risk missions these days.
I'll discuss the mission as soon as the gunfire dies down. Call Rieger and what's left of the Marines got me into the observatory. From where you are, it's through the door and across the field. I got to the data I needed and I'm safe for now, but I've got a lot of Geth outside.
It looks like somebody sealed the door against the Geth, and the console's damaged. Can you get it open on your end?
Let me see. Yes, I can do it. Here. Should be unlocked now. Be careful, Shepard, and please do what you can to keep Rieger alive.
Alright, so this section's actually one of the trickiest, and I just love this section because this section can throw you so hard if you don't know. Those small little ships, they never stop coming. The big guy is actually the problem. You have to take him out in order to progress, and the more you take his shield out, the more back he's gonna get, and you have to keep your position, like keep going forward, otherwise you will be stuck in place because those little missiles will always be there. And I just love this stupid mechanic. The first time I saw it, it frustrated the ever-living crap out of me because I didn't know, and I was constantly shooting them down and they would constantly keep respawning, and you have to actually be pretty aggressive here, which is so cool. I swear, like, the mechanics in this mission are something on another level. And if you kill him, you actually have the possibility to make this harder on yourself if you kill him too earlier on, because another one of him will spawn, so you're gonna have to kill two. But if you kill him towards this barrier, you actually don't get to spawn the other guy. And it is like, it's mechanics like that that make me appreciate this mission so much.
Get down!
Definitely like old times. Hostiles!
Over here! Get to cover! Squad Leader Cal Rieger, Migrant Fleet Marines. We talked on the radio before that dropship arrived. I still got no idea why you're here. This ain't the time to be picky. Tali's inside over there. Geth killed the rest of my squad, and they're trying to get to her. Best I've been able to do is draw their attention.
How many Geth are out there?
Geth are near platoon strength, but the Colossus is the worst part. It's got a repair protocol. Huddles up and fixes itself. I can't get a clear shot while it's down like that. I tried to move in closer, and one of the bastards punched a shot clean through my suit.
We need to get to Tali. Got any ideas?
Just one! I'm not moving so well, but I can still pull a trigger. I got a rocket launcher that the sun hasn't fried yet. You move in close. I'll keep the Colossus busy, maybe even drop its shield. With luck, you'll be able to finish it off.
Good luck, Rieger. Let's go shoot some Geth.
Needless to lie. Say hi to Tali for me.
Alright, Gauntlet, up the bridge. It is the best option, bar none. The fewest enemies, the easiest route. I never lose the dude. This is insanity, and I'm going to save him even though I asked him to help me. It is not even a question. This is the fastest route. You should always be taking this route. And you're looking at how many enemies there are here. Imagine how many enemies would have actually been here. And God, I love that mechanic, the way that it explodes. Those things explode. I know that they usually explode, but it's like in this mission you see how the mechanics of this game could have actually been something brilliant if they would have actually made the rest of the missions that good. But whatever, we're back to complaining. And yeah, as soon as you get here, he's safe. And I got here super fast. Trust me, I did die a couple of times because you can get overwhelmed when you're trying to make your way up the ramparts, but it is still the fastest route. It is definitely the easiest, and in my opinion, I don't know why the enemies feel infinite on the other side. It's stupid, and I know it's not true, but they feel like it. You get swarmed easier, so this is definitely the way.
Just a second. I locked the door to keep more Geth from getting inside. There, that should do it.
And now we are getting Tali. Best girl, fight me.
Thank you, Shepard. If not for you, I would never have made it out of this room. This whole mission has been a disaster. I wish I'd joined you back on Freedom's Progress, but I couldn't let anyone take my place on something this risky.
What can you tell me about your research here?
Haystrom's sun is destabilizing. Back when this was a Quarian colony, it was a normal star. It shouldn't change that quickly.
Any idea what's destabilizing the sun?
If I had to guess, I'd say that it was dark energy affecting the interior of the star. The effect is similar to when stars blow off mass to enter a red giant phase, but Haystrom's sun is far too young for this to be natural.
A lot of Quarians lost their lives here. Was it worth it?
I don't know, Shepard. It wasn't my call. The Admiralty Board believed the information here was worth sacrificing all our lives for. I have to believe that they know what's best.
I didn't ask what some admiral thought. I asked what you thought.
A lot of people died here. Some of them were my friends. All of them were good at their jobs. That damn data better be worth it. The price was too high.
Whatever the reason, I'm glad I could help. Once you deliver that data, I could use you on the Normandy.
I promised to see this mission through. I did. I can leave with you and send the data to the fleet. And if the admirals have a problem with it, they can go to hell. I just watched the rest of my team die.
Maybe not the whole rest of your team, ma'am.
Rieger, you made it.
Your old captain's as good as you said. Damn Colossus never stood a chance.
Tali's coming with me. I hope that's not a problem.
Not as long as it's her choice.
It is. Thank you, Rieger.
I'll pass the data to the Admiralty Board and let them know what happened. She's all yours now, Shepard. Keep her safe.
Cerberus saw footage of you in action, Tali'Zorah. We're looking forward to having you on the team. Your engineering expertise will really benefit the mission.
I don't know who you are, but Cerberus threatened the security of the migrant fleet. Don't make nice.
That's why you're here, Tali. I need people who aren't Cerberus. People I can trust.
I wasn't part of what happened to the migrant fleet, but I understand your distrust. I hope we'll get past that as we work together.
I assumed that you were undercover, Shepard. Maybe even planning to blow Cerberus up. If that's the case, I'll loan you a grenade. Otherwise, I'm here for you, not for them.
That's all I'm asking, Tali.
I'll be in engineering if you need me.
Don't forget to introduce yourself to Edie, the ship's new artificial intelligence.
Shepard, important news. Know you're busy. Have to deal with the collectors. Planning attack. Too important to wait. Just receiving data. Still processing, analyzing likely scenarios. Not sure how to begin. Too much intel. You remember our talk? My work on genophage modification?
You stopped the Krogan adaptation to the genophage.
Part of a team. Scientists, all different types. Blood pack mercenaries captured former team member. Malin, last seen on Tuchanka, might torture him, make an example. Recovering Malin would be a personal favor to me.
Do you think they found out your team updated the genophage?
Unclear. No way to determine until we get to Tuchanka.
We'll go to Tuchanka and see if we can find your team member.
Appreciate it. My assistant, my student, want to see him safe. Malin last seen outside Erdnot territory. Scouts might have seen Bloodpack. Talk to them or clan chief.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Can you do anything to give the Normandy an edge over a collector ship?
Definitely. With the right supplies, I can fortify our shields. The collectors cut through the Normandy's barriers immediately last time. My upgrades might give us a better chance. Shepard, what can I do for you?
Is the new Normandy giving you any trouble?
Please, Shepard, I'm a Quarian. Give me a chunk of scrap metal, a circuit board, and some element zero, and I'll have it making precision jumps. I was worried about working with Cerberus engineers, but they know what they're doing, and they've been very polite.
How's the Normandy running?
These new shield upgrades should slow down even the collector ship. It makes the engine a little trickier to fine-tune, but it's worth it for a better chance of surviving a collector attack.
Have you got time to talk?
We didn't really have time to chat while taking out Geth on Haystrom, did we? I can't believe so many people died. Thank you again for getting Rieger out alive. All for data about stars blowing up. I hope the Admiralty Board gets some use out of it.
Tell me about the fleet's Admiralty Board.
It's one of two major political powers among my people. The admirals make decisions related to defense or needing immediate action. They also handle major criminal charges, like treason. The other political power is the Conclave, a group of representatives from each ship. They make most of our laws and fleet decisions.
Any news yet on the data you sent?
I'm not likely to hear anything for a while, or on an unsecured channel for that matter.
Have you heard any word about Cal Rieger? Did he survive his injuries?
He sent me a message. It looks like he'll make a full recovery. Anytime you get a suit puncture, it's a matter of luck. Rieger got out with a relatively minor infection.
Having any trouble settling back in on the Normandy?
I like the quiet. I miss the old faces, though. Presley, Engineer Adams, all of them. It doesn't seem right having Cerberus in charge of this ship. Are you sure working for them is the right thing to do?
I caught some tension back on Freedom's Progress and again when you first came aboard. What happened between Cerberus and the Quarians?
They attacked one of our ships, the Idena. It seems they were attempting to kill or control a young human biotic who was on the fleet. I don't really know the details. I do know that Cerberus made an enemy of the Quarian people.
I fully expect them to betray us at some point, and we'll be ready.
I'm glad to hear that, Shepard. Just let me know how I can help. For now, I should get back to work. Thanks for coming by.
Do you need something?
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all.
We need to have the best equipment possible to take on the Collectors. You have any leads I could chase down?
My old contact network often located rare equipment for me. Would you like me to get in touch with them?
Let's see what they've got.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly. We haven't had a chance since I joined.
When we met you, you said you were dying.
Yes. I thought you'd want to know more. You don't have to worry about the rest of the crew. My illness is not communicable, even to other Drell. It's called Keprel syndrome.
Are you gonna be all right till the end of the mission?
I should be fine for another 8 to 12 months. The more time I spend in human environments, the faster it progresses. I think it's safe to say that by the time my body is incapacitated, we'll be victorious. Or dead. Either way, I won't be a burden to you.
What exactly is the problem?
My people are native to an arid world. Most of us now live on Kaje, the Hanar homeworld. It's very humid and rains every day. Our lungs can't deal with the moisture. Over time, the tissue loses its ability to absorb oxygen. It becomes harder to breathe. Eventually, we suffocate.
Then don't live on Kaje. Or use breathers.
Drell have a close relationship with the Hanar. We rely on each other. The best we can do is keep our homes very dry inside.
Can't they do something about that?
The Hanar have funded a genetic engineering program. They should be able to adapt us. The project has only been running for a few years. I don't believe my body will still draw breath by the time it bears fruit.
You don't act like a dying man.
You have the advantage there, Shepard. You've already died. Perhaps later you can give me some suggestions. I can do nothing to alter my fate. One advantage of my training is that I've always, to some degree, considered myself dead. Thank you for your concern. Trust me, this won't affect my performance.
Alright, so after talking a little bit to Fane, we are finally gonna go to Ilium and get our last squad mate tomorrow.
Nope. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important call.
This might be worth putting your family on hold. Here's that data you were worried about.
Is that the Carosa Generational Archive? I am so sorry for being rude. My whole family has been worried. That data is irreplaceable. I didn't think I'd get it back from Nasana's corporate building.
If this data is so important, why didn't you have backups?
We did. A rival family introduced a computer virus and our techs were sloppy. The virus destroyed all our data. I just spent a fortune getting the data recovered and reconstructed when Nasana went crazy. We live in a world of infinite data redundancy. To lose something so important because of one crazy Asari?
There's your data. I hope it helps your family.
You have no idea, human. I don't know who you are or how you got it, but thank you. Here, for your trouble. Blessings be upon you. You've certainly blessed us.
Excuse me. You know where I can find Serena?
She's not here anymore. Oh, you're the one she was helping out. She took a job off-world. Didn't say where. She gave me something for you. Looks like a message.
I'll listen to it later.
Oh, sure. See ya.
Hey, Shepard. I was on my way to a new life when the new burst arrived. The bitch is dead. I assume that means your friend is alive and he finished his job. Tell him if I ever see him, I'll buy him a drink.
Well, that is after we do all of the stuff for Liara. I usually do these hacking things, especially if I'm running Renegade. There is no reason not to do them. There's extra points there. And it's pretty... I don't know. The Liara stuff is Liara stuff. You already know that my opinions on that character are not very high, so it's whatever. But it's good to pass the time, I guess, a little bit.
What do you want? Sorry. That damn Krogan's love poems are getting on my nerves.
The Krogan's reading those love poems to get your attention?
His name is Char. We're kind of dating, but, well, we're on a break. And he's trying to show me how sensitive he is by, well, wooing me. It's really bad.
It doesn't seem common for a Sari to date Krogan. What brought you two together?
He's a fun guy. Really smart. Especially for a Krogan. And he's got a good job as a transport technician. It's fun to join a mercenary guild or dance at bars for a few centuries, but eventually you hit the matron stage, you know? Then you get your back tattoo removed, let your scalp go back to its natural blue, and settle down with someone dependable.
So why are the two of you on a break?
He's serious. Serious, as in talking about kids. Char is a great guy to date, but for something permanent... Krogans live long lives. It's not like dating a human where you just stick it out for a century till they die. No offense. It made me wonder if he really likes me. Or if he just wants kids. He can't have them any other way, you know. Because of the genophage.
That sounds like a question you should ask him.
I did. I don't think he realized that our kids would always have been Asari. Non-Asari don't always get that we're not taking alien DNA. We're just using it to randomize some of the genetic information. Anyway, Char was quiet for a long time. Then he said that he'd love our girls no matter what color they were.
You need to talk to your boyfriend. He's just gonna keep shouting poetry until you do.
I know, but it's tough. I like him a lot. Hell, I love him. But I don't know if he's permanent Bond material.
Listen, he's a Krogan. Any talk about kids is gonna mess him up.
I know. You can't talk to Krogan about the genophage. I get so angry.
If you settle down with him, you'll spend the rest of your life wondering if he was after you or kids.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I needed to hear somebody else say it. I'm going to talk to him. Here, I've given you a discount at the terminal. Thanks for the help.
And while we're here, we actually get to do some pretty cool quests, which is that one girl and get a couple more damage reductions. Yeah, you should get those. Yeah, you should enhance them. They're so good. So good. Damage reduction in this game is really, really important. I love it.
Shepard. I don't suppose you'd remember me. I'm Shiala. We met on Pharos during the Geth attack. Saren had given me to the Thorian creature as a slave, and you killed it. And saved me. I promised to help Zoo's Hope recover. I'm actually here on Ilium for just that purpose.
Is it Exogeny pushing colonists around again, or did the Thorians somehow survive our fight?
No. Exogeny has been very supportive of Zoo's Hope. They actually seem to want to help us survive, and the Thorian is dead. Though, after all you went through to kill it, I understand your concern. I fear that after our adventure on Pharos, my purpose on Ilium will seem mundane by comparison.
How's Zoo's Hope doing?
We've done a lot of rebuilding. We even salvaged some useful material from the Geth ship you destroyed. The Exogeny researchers got called back to their headquarters, however, along with what was left of the Thorian.
What are you doing here on Ilium?
Some of the colonists had health problems as a result of the Thorian control. We hired a colonial survey group to do some medical scans. But the medical contract apparently allows the company to perform invasive procedures without our consent. That's why I'm here.
Wait a minute, Shiala. You were only green when the Thorian made you a clone. The real you was blue, like normal Asari.
Those health problems I said were related to the Thorian control. This is mine. A few months after the Thorian died, my skin pigment changed. My biotic abilities are unstable as well. I'm also having vivid dreams about my time with the Thorian. It is disconcerting.
I'll talk to the survey group.
I appreciate it, Shepard. The Barrier Frontier's representative knows about the issue.
I saw your conversation, human. You're here to complain about the medical contracts those colonists from Pharaoh signed. I suggest you leave. Your life is short enough. Do not waste what time you have bothering me.
What's your problem with humans?
Not just humans, it's all of you. The Solarians and Turians are no better. The galaxy would be a better place if nobody but the Asari had ever dragged themselves out of the primordial muck.
Perhaps we could work out different tests. Something that will work for both sides.
If the colonists were not willing to abide by the terms of the contract, they should not have signed it. The onus is not upon me to accommodate them.
So you'd be this harsh in your contract terms if these were Asari colonists?
If they were Asari, they'd be dealing with problems unleashed by another race. Asari like my bondmate, who died when the Geth rebelled against the Quarians. Or my daughters, who died during the Geth attack on the Citadel. One worked in the embassy, the other was a greeter for the consort. I'm not speaking in hypotheticals, human. The aliens will never be my allies. The best they can do is give me useful medical data.
Your bondmate was with the Quarians. Your daughters worked with aliens every day at the embassy and the consort.
And look what happened to them!
You've suffered, I get that. But these colonists were trying to live peacefully. They've suffered too. They lost family to the Geth and the Thorian creature. Don't add to their anguish.
Oh. I'm sending an amended contract. No more tests, no fees. There's enough grief in this galaxy. I don't need to add to it.
Yep, you did it. I just got the revised contracts. Thank you, Shepard. You've saved Zoo's hope again. I don't think I could have... Is it always like this? Yesterday's problems lingering in some new form. Isn't anything ever just fixed?
Would you rather the colonists all be dead? That would make it simpler.
And you could have gunned down the slaves the Thorians sent against you. That would have been easier. But you took the harder path. So will I. Thank you for what you've done here, Shepard. I'll keep doing what I can. Maybe sometime when I'm not organizing the colony and you're not doing whatever you do.
And let's talk about the most awkward, and I mean awkward encounter ever. I swear to God, the only good thing about Renegade is the fact that I don't have to deal with that Asari flirting with me. Like, hello? I don't even have the option to refuse her. It's very unpleasant.
Shepard, this is Liara. I've got the data. Come see me when you've got a moment.
You know Irinia won't even talk to the non-Asari. Can I help you with something?
I'm looking for an Asari warrior named Samara.
Wait, why? Do you have a problem, or did she kill somebody already?
Relax. I just need to speak with her.
Good. Samara's the first Justicar I've seen on Ilium. If I'm lucky, things will stay peaceful. She went to the commercial spaceport a few hours ago. If you want to get there, the pedestal on that balcony will summon a cab. Just be polite when you meet her. Justicars embody our highest laws, and they usually stay in Asari space. She's not used to dealing with aliens.
Okay, time for Samara's mission. And Samara's mission is not hard. Samara's mission is just tedious.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm taking my goods to Omega, Detective.
You're not going anywhere, Merchant. Not until I solve this murder.
I had nothing to do with that. It was those mercenary thugs you can't seem to get rid of.
The victim was your business partner, and I'm not ruling you out. I'll let you know when you can leave.
What about that Justicar that just showed up? Everyone says she might go crazy and start killing. I need to leave.
She'll only kill the unjust, so I'm sure you have nothing to worry about, Pitney 4. Find me in the station if you need me.
What do you want? I've already got mercs wanting to kill me like they did my partner. I don't need any more trouble. As if that weren't enough, some Asari Justicar showed up this morning. All the natives are scared of her. I've got to get off this world.
Tell me how to find the Justicar.
She's in the alley where my business partner was murdered. A detective sealed the area, so you'll have to talk with her if you want to go there.
I should go.
Nice guns. Try not to use them in my district. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for an Asari warrior named Samara.
If you've got a score to settle with Samara, take it somewhere else. I've got more than enough trouble here already.
I need to recruit Samara for my mission. Then we'll be on our way.
Justicars usually work alone, but they are drawn to impossible causes.
Self-correcting policy. Fortunate in our case, of course.
If you're getting her out of my district, I'll get you to her ASAP. She's at the crime scene.
You're awfully anxious to get Samara out of your district.
My bosses want me to detain her. They're worried she'll cause some kind of cross-species incident, but her Justicar code won't let her be taken into custody. If I try it, she'll have to kill me. I have no interest in dying, so if you lure her away with some big noble cause before I have to carry out my orders, I'm thrilled to help you.
How do I get to the crime scene?
It's around the corner. Go outside, take a left. Look for the police line. I'll send word to let you in. Be careful. The local Eclipse mercs have been all over those back alleys lately.
I have to go.
Good luck.
Let's find this Samara before the detective does.
In all honesty, you can Samara, Fane, and Tali can all be skipped. If you focus on the loyalty missions, you can entirely skip recruiting them, though Tali is a little bit useful. Tali is more useful than everybody else because Tali gives you the upgrade to the shields, which prevent the squad mate from dying during your assault on the collector base. So she's good. Samara is not necessary, but I like her too much to skip her.
Those were my best troops.
Tell me what I need to know, and I will be gone from here. Where did you send her?
You think I'd betray her? She would hurt me in ways you can't imagine.
The name of the ship. Your life hangs on the answer, Lieutenant.
You can kill me, but one of us will take you down, Justicar.
What was the name of the ship she left on?
Go to hell!
Find peace in the embrace of the goddess. My name is Samara, a servant of the Justicar Code. My quarrel is with these Eclipse sisters, but I see 3 well-armed people before me. Are we friend or foe?
That merc was wounded and helpless. Do you just kill anyone who won't help you?
If my cause is important enough, yes. Are you different?
I can't say that I am.
That is something we share. You are honest. That is another.
How may I be of service to you?
I need you to help me take down the Collectors.
The Collectors are a worthy foe. I would relish testing myself against them. But I seek an incredibly dangerous fugitive. I cornered her here, but the Eclipse Sisters smuggled her off-world. I must find the name of the ship she left on before the trail goes cold.
I wish you were willing to go with the human, Justicar. I've been ordered to take you into custody if you won't leave.
You risk a great deal by following your orders, Detective. Fortunately, I will not have to resist. My code obligates me to cooperate with you for 1 day. After that, I must return to my investigation.
I won't be able to release you that soon.
You won't be able to stop me.
I'll get the name of that ship.
Do that, and I will join you. Then the code will be satisfied.
Do you have any leads?
The Volus merchant Pitney 4 is tied to this. Eclipse mercs are preparing to kill him. Get the truth out of him. He may know a way into the Eclipse base.
Well, I've got to get back to my station. And I guess I've got to take you with me.
Thank you, Shepard.
Hello again, Earth Clan. Did you speak to the detective?
You said you didn't know anything about all this. You got one chance to change that statement.
What do you mean, Earth Clan? Oh dear. Please put that away. I'll be cooperative, I swear.
Tell me everything.
I smuggled a chemical onto Ilium that boosts biotic powers in combat. It also is toxic. I may have, forgotten to mention that to the Eclipse. So they are perturbed and want to kill me.
I need to get into the Merc base. You're gonna help me.
I do have a pass card they issued me to bring my goods in. Well, I had to return that one, but I happened to make a copy. Take it, but be careful. Each Eclipse sister commits a murder to earn her uniform. They are all dangerous.
Okay, so talking about Samara, I promise I won't praise this mission because this mission is unlike what I did for Tali's mission, and it's not because I like Tali. I just genuinely like the mechanics of that mission. Every single time I play it, I always find it to be like really good, especially compared to all of this mindlessness that's gonna be here. This is actually very boring. I die here a couple of times just because I get so impatient, because if I stick to my corner and I kill everybody from a distance, I'm always fine, but I get so impatient with this mission because I personally like Samara a lot. Like in terms of Asari, she is top one. Nobody, in my personal opinion, is better. Like, I don't like any Asari better than her. She's definitely my favorite. But her mission, this one, is so boring. So boring that...
I didn't fire my weapon once. I pretended to because the other Eclipse sisters were watching, but I didn't really shoot.
That's an Eclipse uniform, isn't it? Turn and face the wall.
I'm not one of them. I'm new. I thought being Elnora the mercenary would be cool, but I didn't know what they were really like.
You chose your side, Elnora, and you lost.
Screw that, bitch!
And like the thing that I personally kind of started disliking, yes, I died here because I was impatient. I rushed forward, and you'll see me rush forward a lot and then move back because I'm so impatient with this mission, and that's the reason why I die. But otherwise, this mission is okay, Quack. There's nothing here that I haven't seen and can't handle. Now, my beef with Mass Effect 2 comes from the fact that you can actually skip recruiting some squad mates, but you can't skip the first 4. You're pretty much locked into them, and it's so annoying because I personally would have liked a bit more freedom in how you recruit these people. It would have definitely felt a little bit better, because I would have preferred, like, for example, on an average playthrough, not to recruit Jack and go directly for Samara. I can't do that. I literally cannot get the elusive man to pop the first mission unless I recruit all of the first 4. So you're basically locked into that first section, and once you recruit Jack, it feels pointless to go for Samara if you're doing a minimum party playthrough, because everything that Samara can do for the suicide mission, Jack can do as well. So it feels like you're stuck into the first 4, and if you don't necessarily like the first 4, and the annoying part is actually that we could have actually been avoiding this if the legendary edition would have actually counted your DLC companions, Kasumi and Zaid. Would have actually been a way to, let's say, prevent you from getting the first from being locked into recruiting all of the first 4 companions. Unfortunately, even in the legendary edition, they still don't count it. Like, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, the more I play this game and the more I try to think about minimum strategies, the more I feel like it's not worth it, because the characters that I personally like are in the second half, and it feels like I can't, I don't want to avoid them. Like, once you get past the first half, it's almost pointless to avoid them, because these are the characters that I prefer having on my squad. I prefer having Samara be the one do the barrier. I prefer having Tali on my team. I love Fane. So there's quite literally no reason why for me to not recruit the second half. They're so strong in terms of characters and just what I like in general. That it feels like I would have liked a bit more options, but that's why the first part of Mass Effect 2 to me personally feels very static and very boring, because you're kind of sort of forced to do things in a certain order, and even if you don't do them in a certain order, you're kind of sort of stuck with those people no matter what, which is what makes me very bitter and makes me absolutely enjoy the playthroughs where I actually get people murked, because let's be honest, like, getting me bitter is a sheer way to making me hate a character. And by the way, this is the best corner to fight this thing in because of the robots. So the easiest way to get killed here is essentially to be out in the open, be paralyzed by the robots and get ganked by 2 bullets from that thing. That gets me killed so fast, and this corner over here just prevents that from happening, because I can rush back in and make sure I'm out of sight from that big machine, so that I don't get murked in the only way that I can get killed here. Yeah. So I would have, that's kind of sort of my problem, let's say, with the first part of Mass Effect. I do feel it's very rigid and it's very expected, quite frankly, even boring. I would say the second part is better.
This looks like a shipping manifest. It shows that Pitney 4 sold 2,000 units of Minigen X3 to the Eclipse, along with 600 units of red sand.
Not what Samara seeks, but proof that the Volus is a criminal.
No, Detective and I want to see this.
Let's worry about that after we find the ship name.
I am a biotic god. I think things, and they happen. Fear me, lesser creatures, for I am biotics made flesh.
don't know what drugs you're on, but stay back and I won't shoot you.
You will regret your scandalous words. I am a great wind that will sweep all before me like a great wind. A great biotic wind. Yes, the Asari injecting so many drugs into me was terrifying. But then I began to smell my greatness. They may laugh when I fall over, but they don't know what I know in my head. That I know that I am amazingly powerful. Fear me?
Good luck with everything.
Wait, Earth Clan. You're just in time to witness my crowning achievement. The leader of the mercenaries is in the next room. I shall toss Wasea about like a rag doll.
Shepard, you want me to kneecap this guy so he doesn't follow us around?
I will tear her apart. My biotics are unstoppable.
Charge.
An ill wind blows upon Wasea, captain of the Eclipse Sisters. After me!
Serves him right. Guatemala.
Everything's gone to hell since we smuggled that filthy creature off-world. First a Justicar shows up. Now you. At least I can take pleasure in turning your head into a pulpy mass!
And talking about the second part, when I refer to them in parts, I mostly refer to them in the sections that essentially are divided by the Elusive Man's missions, because you have the first 4 recruitments for the dossiers and they are divided. After you do that, you get Horizon, and then after that one you get the recruitment of the other 3 plus a couple of loyalty missions, and then you get the collector base, and after that the third part is essentially, but I think most people understand what I mean when I divide Mass Effect 2 in sections, because that's basically how the Elusive Man's missions work out. Of course we all know the biggest problem this game has, which is the fact that Legion is essentially confined to being your last companion, and if you want to save your crew, you essentially only have him for the suicide mission and his own loyalty mission, which is just absolutely such a pity and such a waste for such a good character, but c'est la vie.
That must be the ship that Asari was looking for.
Want to head back now, or look around first?
Let's give her the name and keep moving.
Thank you for removing the Eclipse threat, Earth Clan. It will take them months to rebuild their organization. Also, merely out of curiosity, when you were poking about, did you perhaps run across a shipping manifest that belongs to me?
We both know this manifest will get you sent away for a long time.
Absolutely, Earth Clan. For the manifest, I'll give you all the creds I made selling the Minigen.
Here's the manifest. Next time you do something illegal, don't write it down.
An excellent point, Earth Clan. You're clearly a better criminal than I. A pleasure doing business.
If you have something that'll encourage the Justicar to leave, show it to her.
I got the name of the ship. Your fugitive left here 2 days ago on the AML Demeter.
Shepard, you impress me. You fulfilled your part of the bargain, and I will fulfill mine. I am ready to leave immediately, if that will satisfy your superiors, Detective.
You're free to go, Justicar. It has been an honor having you in my station. And it's nice you didn't kill me, too.
The Normandy is docked near the main trading floor. I'll see you aboard.
I must be sworn to your service, so that I am never forced to choose between your orders and the Code. By the Code, I will serve you, Shepard. Your choices are my choices. Your morals are my morals. Your wishes are my code.
I never thought I'd see a Justicar swear an oath like that.
If you make me do anything extremely dishonorable, I may need to kill you when I'm released from my oath.
You'll be a great asset to our mission. I'm excited to have you along.
I am glad to hear it. I will fight by your side, kill your enemies, and protect your friends. Shall we return to your ship?
I need to speak to the detective.
Thanks for getting Samara out of my district. I can tell my granddaughters about meeting a Justicar, and you've just upped my chances of living long enough to have grandkids.
I have proof that Eclipse killed the Volus merchant.
Let's see what you got there. Interesting. But I can't verify it. It would be inadmissible.
I vouch for Shepard and any evidence she brings forward.
I accept the judgment of the Justicar. Thanks, Shepard. I wasn't sure about trusting a stranger, and a human at that. But you came through. Never heard of this Elnora. Sounds like she was just starting her career. Good thing you cut it short. Okay, enough with all the congratulations. I've still got a spiraling crime rate.
Welcome to the Normandy, Samara. We've studied your profile extensively. With your skills, I think you'll be an excellent addition to our team.
Thank you. From an organization such as yours, that is high praise indeed.
With what we're planning, we need all the experienced people we can get.
We still don't know what we're gonna find when we hit the collectors.
I will be prepared for whatever we encounter.
Where shall we put you?
A room that looks out on the great empty void would be most comforting.
Put her in the observation room on Deck 3.
Thank you. I must meditate on the day's events.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly.
What made you decide to become an assassin?
I was asked to become one. The Hanar trained my body for this role since I was 6 years old.
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12. They were training me. I was not to be used and thrown away. I was an investment.
You were a child, not an investment.
I've given you the wrong idea. They valued me, yes, as a resource, but also as a person. They regretted their need for me.
The Hanar? Excessively polite, worship the Protheans? They don't seem the type who train assassins.
Every species trains assassins. The Hanar are only unusual in that they need other species to do the killing for them. They have a strong grip and natural toxins, but have you ever seen one move quickly outside of water? Or fire a gun?
Why did your parents agree to this?
The agreement was made under the Compact. It was an honor for our family.
The Compact?
We live on the Hanar homeworld because they rescued us. Some of us from extinction. We owe them our lives. That is the Compact.
What exactly are the terms of the Compact?
There are many things the Hanar can't do, even with mechanical aid. They ask Drell to assist them.
The way you describe it, the Hanar sound like weaklings.
Out here, they are. But if you could see them in the encompassing, the oceans of Kaje, you would see them differently. A stream of silver in the dark, looping, diving, So fast the eye can't follow. Laughter like the squeals of a child fight against the water. They fly over the black of the seabed like birds, plumed with the light of heaven.
This can't be legal. They made your whole race into slaves.
Don't insult me, Shepard. Anyone can refuse to serve. Few do. We owe our existence to the Hanar. We are proud to repay the debt.
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound trite to you. Humans developed mass effect drive before the problem became acute. Our homeworld, Rakana, had few resources. We hadn't even developed fusion power when the soil began to fail from overuse and pollution. The Hanar found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
What's the state of Rakana now?
Do you read your philosophers? A man named Thomas Hobbes. When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, then the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. As Rakana died around them, my people slaughtered each other for mouthfuls of water, crumbs of food.
But you don't kill for the Hanar anymore. You're freelance. What changed?
I was asleep for a long time, yes. I paid no attention to what my body was asked to do, but then... Laser dot trembles on the skull. One finger twitch. He dies. Then, the smell of spice on the spring wind. Sunset-colored eyes defiant in the scope. The laser dances away. My apologies. Drell slip into memory so easily.
Was that one of your assassinations?
Yes. Perhaps we can discuss it later. I've wasted too much of your time.
Shepard.
Do you have any suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I believe I can use some of them to increase our fuel reserves so we can explore further. Shall I tell you what is required?
Show me what it would take.
Shepard.
How are you?
I've spent much of the last 400 years on my own. It is nice to have a colleague to chat with. I may be rusty at it, however. If you are patient, I would love to talk.
How much do you know about our mission?
I know that I've sworn an oath to follow you, and that you seek to destroy the Collectors. That is enough for me.
You don't want to know why the Collectors need to be fought?
When you live by a code that compels you to harsh action, you learn the dangers of curiosity. If I must kill a man because he has done wrong, do I really wish to know that he is a devoted father?
I'd like to hear more about the criminal you were chasing on Nos Astra.
I hope you will understand if I wish to avoid this topic. It is deeply tied to my code and beliefs. You might say it is personal.
I need to know if this will impact the mission.
It will not.
What do you think of Cerberus?
I've heard rumors, but learned long ago to form my own impressions. There is too much room for interpretation in the opinions of others.
Why were you willing to work for Cerberus when you didn't have first-hand knowledge?
I work for you, Shepard. Our methods may be different, but our goals are not.
I should get back to work.
It has been my pleasure, Commander.
Shepard, I need something to talk to you. I don't know.
I'm listening. What's the issue?
Something is wrong, Shepard. I feel wrong. Tense. I just want to kill something. With my hands. More so than usual. Like it's not my choice. Like I just want to... I don't know. See? Why do that? What's wrong?
Pure Krogan probably starts more aggressive than most. I'm not seeing this as a particularly big shift.
Doesn't matter if it's normal. I'm not. I'm not used to this noise. I want control. When we're moving, fighting, I focus. But here, my blood screams, my plates itch, and even you are just noise. I'm tank-born. What is this?
I want you in the infirmary. I can't have some Krogan disease running rampant.
Your doctors only see victims of Krogan. My kind do not share with aliens. Not after the genophage. We won't find someone who's seen this. Krogan my age would still be on the homeworld, Tuchanka.
Joker can get us to the Krogan homeworld. I need everyone at their best.
Thank you, Shepard. I don't like this. Fury is my choice, not a sickness.
Alright, and with that, we are pretty much done here. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.